I think in order to be a revolutionary, one, you have to be armed with a revolutionary political education. You have to change your mind about how the world is. It ain't easy to realize you're being pimped every day and still go to work. McDonald's is making $1 billion a year, and your yearly salary at minimum wage is $11,000. You just got to do the numbers. We deserve the right to be armed with the true history that teaches us the nature of the system that we live in. That is a right of human beings, correct education. It can't just be knowledge for knowledge's sake. With an agenda. You gather this, there's no lack of information. From the boondocks, I can get revolutionary political education. From Aaron Magruder, Asada, Paulo Freire, Frantz Fanon, Mao Zedong, Malcolm X. We could read our history, or we could study the OGs who were there. You practice your theory, it didn't work, so then you make another theory. And that's how you become a revolutionary. You will end up making a theory that works. I can't tell you what step you are at in the road. Talking about repatriation is a big military word.
I mean, other people call it tactical media, using attacking power structures from below, and it's just using creative means to do that.
Greetings to all of you. My name is Stanley Tookie Williams. I've been residing here on San Quentin's death row for over 24 years. Indeed, it is an honor to speak to this noteworthy audience today, not with a holier-than-thou sermon, but with a viable message that promotes transition and redemption.
Tell you how it goes down. A battle over taste and tradition. Next time on Day to Day.
I'm not going to determine what my actions are. George Bush is not going to do that. I'm not going to put Buck Bush bumper stickers on my car.
Essentially, anarchism is a true democracy. In the 20th century, film and media and Hollywood devoted to creating this world of illusion. Well, I think that the 21st century in media is going to be about smashing those illusions and democratizing the entire process.
It's something that every American ought to be ashamed of. Not that it's our fault, it's the fault of our government, but what our government has done there simply on behalf of major money interests. Nothing else, has nothing to do with democracy, freedom, or anything else. It's a really sad, sad disgrace.
When I was your age, I wanted to save the world, okay? All I want to do is just feed people. We grow food. We grow food organically, no chemicals, no pesticides. So all I want to do is just feed people. If I can feed you, feed him, feed her and this baby, I've done my job. And at the end of the day, that is revolutionary because too many people are just trying to make money and not trying to take care of their health.
I'm interested in politics, if that's what we gotta call it. Why is the system the way it is? Why is it so hard to make a living, as a person?
That's a white, conservative, Christian fellow who is as frightened of the cops as anyone else because they're out of control.
So what do you think we should do when we're pulled over by police?
Comply. They have firepower. I call this column I did in The Nation magazine, Beat the Devil. The devil has the best tunes. You've got to be... Left-wing writing tends to be terribly solemn and terribly boring, incredibly boring. And I always thought from the word go that you should be serious, but it should be funny. But you should also be able to lay about you and show your people that we are as capable of stinging rebuttal and amusing repartee and all the rest of it as the other fellow.
You start probably the poverty part of the United States here in Louisiana and Mississippi. Used to be cotton growing country. Farmers, the big farmers or little farmers went broke. Then they got off into catfish farming. Flooded the market, went broke doing that. Now you see nothing. There's no industry. You're in Lake Village, Arkansas. You're about 15 miles from Louisiana and about 10 miles from Mississippi.
A lot of agriculture around the whole country. It comes from here in the South. The land that we have here is so healthy or whatnot because of what the slaves did on this land, how they nurtured the land for so many years in slavery.
The Middle Passage is one of the most horrific large-scale crimes in human history, in between Africa and America in the slave trade, or being in between expropriation and exploitation.
Friends from foes, our comrades from our enemies by your actions. You use music to express my point of view in the world as an individual and as a member of my community. You know, viewpoint is never expressed in the mass media. It's never expressed how we see it, how we feel, how our end of the stick. We say keep your hood, it's a fatherhood, it's manhood, brotherhood, sisterhood, even lifestyle, what you talking about.
Katrina? Well, yeah, man. That's in the history book. This storm here, this was serious. Tell you, Chief. Not nice. It's still hard out there. People try to get their lives back together, man. You just have to do what you have to do to survive out here.
Where I was, where the alligators was, all through the night. They beat the stone, and you ain't got nothing else. They couldn't take it. They died. They dead now. Prussia. But it don't matter. They got to answer to Jesus. It's Jesus first. It doesn't matter. That's why I don't even care how we live no more.
Congress gave $13 billion to the state of Louisiana. They have did nothing for us in Louisiana and New Orleans. The governor of Louisiana wouldn't be governor without the African American votes. She wouldn't tell the world that the surrounding white flag parishes didn't want us in. This is a crime scene. We want to come back home, release our money. Let's get to work. We're here today to honor the spirits of everyone who was killed by the Corps of Engineers flooding of New Orleans. In the Middle East, Lebanon, Iraq, Iran, everywhere people have died. The people in the tsunamis, we're here to honor those innocent people.
You're trying to change things by doing pure actions, you know. In an impure world, it's a beautiful thing. You know, sometimes it connects, but mostly it doesn't. Cindy Sherman is in Texas marching on a road and occupying space like Gandhi did, saying, I'm here. People do all these things, you know, and sometimes they work and sometimes, you know. I remember Easy Rider, when that came out, was a very political movie in 1969. In the South, they loved the ending because the two hippies got shot. You're driving into their town, you're going to change their customs. They're not going to relate to life. I don't think of much of America as that educated. Right. I mean, television keeps you pretty much a captive audience here.
If you're in it for a lifetime, nobody can spend a lifetime running around saying, the sky is falling, the sky is falling, the sky is falling today. And, you know, that's one of the very hard issues that we deal with in progressive circles or on the left. Continuously renovate what we stand for, what we're working for, from a perspective of calm peace. I'm going to continue to do the work that we always are supposed to be doing. Talking about the truth, talking about possibility, building bridges with anyone and everyone that I can create dialogues with. And that is of supreme importance right now.
I really want to see a change in the world, but I feel like I have to do it here, right now, in front of me to make it happen.
As Olaudah Equiano said, the stone that the builders rejected became the cornerstone. That those who are least important, you know, in the eyes of the ruling class, become those who are going to build our future.
Revolution means radical change. It's at a micro level, it's at a macro level. We have a real challenge here at home. As the rest of the world is engaged in a kind of global revolution prompted by the imperial decay of the United States. I do ascribe, quite a bit to the chaos theory of politics. That if you shake things up, you begin to reinvigorate social movements rather than practicing down what we saw in Clinton time as a kind of trickle-down politics.
The future spine of history is made by the margins now. This is a concept from the French Revolution, the left, and it's sitting on the left side of the assembly and having a more progressive view. This is of legislators. And I think that the notion of a democracy does not depend on representatives and where they sit in their hall of deliberation, whether it's the left or the right. I think it's going to depend on finding notions of self-government and not through representatives. You know, I think we can't wait around anymore for the wheel of history to turn. We are the wheel of history.
Particularmente para la comunidad indígena en Los Ángeles, que es una de las más